Hello friends, I'm Ranks Trainer, and today we are going to take a look at my favorite pulls that we made off screen. There's going to be no unboxing today, which opens up a bit of news. Up here in Canada, Pokemon's already pretty scarce, and with things shutting down and it be harding to get material, and also the fact that not many new things are coming out until about March, there's not a whole lot to unbox on this channel, and I want to keep it fresh and I want to try new things. So the next few episodes may not be Pokemon unboxing or even Pokemon related, hint at Saturday's video, but we're going to be trying some new fun things. So when we try these videos, do feel free to comment below whether you liked it, whether you thought you want to see something else. Maybe it'll be something you're really interested in and want to see more of even when we do have Pokemon to unbox. So for today, I went through my box of rare cards, anything full art and above, and I took out the ones that I know I didn't open on the channel and thought they'd be a lot of fun to share. So I started this channel end of September 2020, but I had been collecting Pokemon cards since about February of that year. In addition to that, for every pack I open on screen, I probably open one pack with my family or my friends. I found it's just a fun thing to do together, so even when I have a ton of stuff I'm opening for the channel, I usually set some aside so I can open it with them. That being said, there's a lot of stuff no one's seen. Some of it makes its way to Instagram or Twitter, but chances are it's just a picture, and I thought it'd be cool to go through a little video and story for you. We're gonna start off with my two earliest full art cards, and that would have to be, luckily enough, Zamazenta from Sword and Shield base set, and Zacian V from Sword and Shield base set. Having these two together, it was just a really cool thing to see. I had gotten the Zacian V regular before getting this full art, and when I saw him, I'm like, wait, why is he different again? And had to look up that this is an alternate art, and at the time it was actually very expensive. Zacian V full art, when it first came out, was hard to pull, and I think it went for about $60 on Troll and Toad. Definitely the months afterwards, seeing it dip and dip and dip in value was saddening, but I actually haven't looked up what the recent value is. I'll put it right here with a good or bad sound depending on how disappointing it is. And I remember it was cool because when I was first opening cards, I opened all of them with my brother, and I actually got this card and then he got this one, so it was sort of like my card, his card. And looking back, I still love these ones. There's just so much power behind them. I love the color, I love the shine, and the thick outline on the full arts is always good. Next up isn't necessarily my favorite rainbow card, but it does hold a bit of a story for me. This one right here is the Rainbow Bede Full Art, one of the secret rares from Sword and Shield base set. I actually pulled this at a game shop. I was hanging out with my friends. They were playing Warhammer or something that I couldn't connect Pokemon to. So I bought a few packs, I opened them at the store because I was way too excited, and I got this. At the time, I had maybe a handful of rares, so this was probably one of the tops of my list. And I had to spend the next 5 hours without any card protection on this, without anything to keep it safe, just sort of in a box by my side. And just having something that rare and, to me, super valuable, especially when it's your first few cards, I was like hoarding it and like holding it beside me, making sure it didn't go anywhere, making sure no one accidentally moved it, pinched it, or whatever. So from then on, I know ahead of time whether I'm going to buy cards or not, and I always keep at least a couple Elite Trainer sleeves and top loaders. But no, and also a really cool card. I love the Sword and Shield era rainbows. They have all this texture on the outside of the picture, and then on the picture itself, the outlines are textured, if you can tell by the shine there, and then coming across is a rainbow gradient, but they still get to keep the shading of the original sort of there. Like, even though this red is passing through his hair, this is all supposed to be red, like there's no pink layer to the rainbow, but because this part of his hair is shinier, they brighten it up. You can also really tell on the green here. The part here that's closer to what would be the camera is a lighter green. It gets darker as it goes here, and it just gives a lot of really cool depth to the picture, and I've always liked that. I noticed it first with Bayday. All right, here we have probably everyone's most exciting first card in Pokemon, and it's their first gold secret rare. Mine was Metal Saucer from Sword and Shield base set. As you can guess, yes, I started in February when base set came out, and I got a ton of it. And yes, this was the first one we got, and it wasn't even after like 20 packs. And I had seen YouTubers open these before. I had like heard about them, I knew what they were, but when you first see one, like, it's such a surprise because you've just started, you're used to seeing all the other kinds of cards, and then these pop out. You can't really get across in a YouTube video the texture of these, the sort of, not weight, because they're not much heavier, but it just feels like it carries something else with it. Well, Metal Saucer was my first card, and unfortunately that's when I also found out that a lot of trainer gold cards don't go for as much as their Pokemon counterparts. But I was still, of course, happy to get it. Alright, so that's most of my firsts. Of course, mostly Sword and Shield, but we're also going to take a look at some of my favorite cards, and these come from all walks of life. Alright, so the first one here is one of my favorite full art cards. And I'll give you a hint, it comes from Guardians Rising. So a Sun and Moon set from a couple years ago, and I actually pulled this Christmas, and it does fill me with a bit of Christmas spirit now that I look at it. And that card is the Full Art Alolan Ninetales GX. Just a beautiful full blue card, very icy, and the sort of fun story with this one, why it's my favorite, it was actually this Christmas of 2020, and I was super excited because any year Christmas rolls around, people don't know what to get you. Well, this year they knew, get Pokemon cards. And at first, I was planning on the 26th, which would have been one of my upload dates, to do everything I got that Christmas and do like sort of a gift opening. But the day came, and when I got these, I got some of the Buzzwole and Celesteela GX packs that you can get at Costco. It was awesome, but I realized that with family around, I really wanted to open them together. So instead of hoarding them to myself and opening on camera, I know I'm sharing them with you, but we are sharing vicariously. I decided to open them with my family, and it was a ton of fun, and when this came out, this was probably the best pull of the day. And for such a snowy weather thing, I don't know where you're watching this from, but up here in Canada, it was a very white Christmas, lots of snow, and to pull this just frosty looking card, it's just one of my favorites now. I think it'll be hard to beat memories like that. All right, for the next one here, we have a rainbow rare. Definitely my favorite rainbow rare, hands down. And it is from the Sun and Moon set. The fact that it's Lunala sleeve doesn't give any more away, but if I'm saying this is my favorite rainbow rare, who do you think it is? Can you take a guess? Anybody on my Instagram may have known I did mention this one, and it is Espeon GX from Sun and Moon base set. I'll say it anytime I'm asked, this is the perfect Pokemon to give a secret rare to. And I really hope they do more and more, because Espeon is already a rainbow on her own, but given in these colors, it's a great time to shine. As I mentioned with Bayday, they do a bit of like a rainbow color across them in the Sword and Shield base set. Well, in the Sun and Moon set, it was a lot more faded. Like you can sort of pick up red on her ear tip and green on her face, but it's not nearly as pronounced as Bayday. So when you apply this to other Pokemon, I'll show a Machamp on screen, that's a Rainbow GX. It looks cool, but it sort of looks out of place because they're not rainbow. But with Espeon, it just looks like I'm seeing the real Pokemon in sort of a new light. I know this is sort of going against it, but I do love how in Sword and Shield, the rainbows only have the texture on the outline. However, because I like Espeon as a rainbow Pokemon so much, where the sun and moon, if you can see the sort of rifts, there's texturing on the card, but it sort of matches the geometry. Like they tend to make it so that the ears sort of get the loops going up and that it loops out this way. And it just feels more like, I don't know, like fur or like three-dimensional. So it just gets that whole cool idea of Rainbow Espeon across that much better. So fun story about this card, I actually got it after I sold my Rainbow Rare Charizard VMAX. Yes, the incredible card from Champion's Path, but I don't hold on to any cards that are very expensive. I'd much rather buy more cards. So what I ended up doing was sold it for an incredible price on eBay, and then me and my parents went down to the local card store and got a bunch of stuff we normally wouldn't. At the time, buying Elite Trainer boxes for previous sets like Sun and Moon didn't make a whole lot of sense. But with a bit of extra money and a bit of extra fun, that's what we thought we'd do. And my mom was very fond of the Sun and Moon Elite Trainer boxes because you had the one color and then the other color, and they sort of complemented each other. So we picked up those. But at any rate, when we opened the Moon one, we got Espeon GX. And it just reminds me of that sort of cool time where we were able to splurge off of a big sell we made. All right, getting into my final two. We got gold cards from Rebel Clash and Darkness Ablaze. Not necessarily my favorite out of the full set, but I just thought I'd leave off with the gold cards. First off, we have Frostmoth from Rebel Clash. This one was awesome. It was actually the first gold monster I got, because in base set before this, I only got the Metal Saucer as a gold card. I think I got another trainer later, but no monsters, no Zacian or Zamazenta gold from that set. So when I got this, it was really cool to see. Taking up the whole screen, we got all this gold, and I didn't realize that, like they had with the rainbow, where it just made the picture rainbow, it keeps sort of the real colors. And I thought that was really cool, especially with just the gold highlights. Honestly, other than that, not a huge story behind this one, but it was cool that it was my first sort of gold Pokemon. But this next one is really fun. A gold secret Pokemon from Darkness Ablaze. Maybe you can guess what it is. Let me know if you got it right. That gold Pokemon is Colossal. So yeah, unfortunately I opened this one off screen, but thankfully too I opened it with family again. This one I actually got in the Eternatus VMAX box, the one with like 8 packs and the big Eternatus card and all the pins and stuff. And it was actually one of the last ones we got. And me and my dad were going through packs at the dinner table, and we were just like, that's not much, that's not much. And he was still sort of learning the rarities. So I was telling him, like, yeah, I know he looks cool. It was like a Farfetch'd or something, but I'm like, it's probably not worth much. And we're going, and it's sort of like, yeah, no, this wasn't the best set of pulls. And as we're saying that, this pokes out, and I like gasp, I go like go, and I back up in my chair and scared the crap out of him and my wife in the other room. And yeah, then we of course looked it up right away. It was a rare card going for quite a bit. And just after I sort of collected myself, we both just like went in awe of this, because although it wasn't my first gold card pulled, I believe it was the first one my dad saw. And since I got into doing YouTube, my dad started watching other YouTubers and really liked seeing them. But of course, most of his experience actually touching the cards and opening packs is through me. So being able to sort of show him this first card was pretty cool. All right, friends, hope you liked that one. Let me know in the comments below what you think about these sort of new styles of format. Do you want to make sure you see more unboxings? Do you like to see this from time to time? What's interesting to you? We got a lot of ideas, so we won't run out of them. but we do want to hear what you like and what you don't like. Speaking of which, what was your favorite card from this set that I showed? Or what's your favorite card in general? What's the story you have behind yours? I'd love to hear about it, and if you like this kind of content, make sure to like and subscribe. We upload videos every Wednesday and Saturday, if I can. Today was not Wednesday or Saturday, but we are back on schedule. Thank you, everyone. Have a great day.